What's up, my anomalies, and today we're going to be trying to figure out who is the main character of the Dream SMP. And before we get on with the video, I have to thank Floris for making my stills. He's also been making my thumbnail art for a little while, so go down in the description and support his Twitter, maybe ask for a commission or two. Oh, and also subscribe, we're on our way to 7k. Anyway, on with the video. There's been a lot of discussion lately on who is really the main character of the Dream SMP. And although the real answer might be nobody, as these are just all different people all having their own stories being role-played out, I think we can try and find a definition of a hero and try and fit one of these characters into it. So, what makes a typical main character? Well, they're morally correct, they usually have special abilities that no one else has, they usually have plot armor, not in a specific bad way, but like, you don't want your main character dying instantly into the story. They are usually loved by a lot of the cast, and they are usually the center of the action. Now, of course, not every main character is like this, some of these are the opposite, and some of these are different, because that's what makes different main characters unique and interesting. But this is the most basic of basic main characters that we're going to be trying to figure out who in the Dream SMP it fits to. We have to start off with the basic choice of tommyinnit. However, he only has one of the 5 little points that we just talked about. He's not always morally correct. In fact, most of the time he steals, fights against the good guys, and does a lot of morally incorrect stuff. He doesn't have any special abilities besides the fact that he's a child. I can say that because I'm older than him. Get absolutely destroyed, Tommy, you small little baby. And he doesn't really have plot armor. I mean, he literally died all 3 times, although being resurrected you could call that plot armor. And he's not really loved by that many people, as a lot of people find him annoying or far too aggressive. However, he is the center of action. He's mainly at the epicenter of a lot of the main big events in the Dream SMP. I mean, he was in the main event of when Manbug was being built, he was in the Pogtopia arc, the Doomsday arc, he was like one of the only characters in the Exile arc, he helped take down Dream, and all around he's been a part of almost every single big event on the server. And I think he has some of the most screen time out of all of the characters. So do I think he's the main character of the Dream SMP? Not really. I think that you could easily make an argument for him being the main character as he began the whole story, and that he's just like a morally grey character and he's not supposed to be the goody two-shoes, which I would 100% understand. However, what we're trying to do is find the most classic hero archetype. Next up is Ranbu, who is also said to be the main character of the Dream SMP, and he ticks 3 out of the 5 boxes. First of all, he's morally correct as he sees people above sides. He also has an Enderman powers, which is special abilities. And a lot of people like Ranbu, saying that he's a nice guy and that he doesn't deserve to be in the prison. Overall, I think Ranbu has had a lot of his hand kind of in the background, and I feel like Ranbu is going to come forth, possibly being the new main character. If tommyinnit was the first, maybe this is the second iteration of the main character of the Dream SMP. He's starting his own little arc, and I can't wait to see what happens with Ranbu's character next. Next up is Dream, a strange character to put into this category, but it's weird because he actually clicks 3 out of the 5 checkboxes. You see, he has special abilities because he can resurrect people, he has plot armor because he was almost near death and yet he was kept alive and simply put in prison, and he usually causes the action and he's at the epicenter of a lot of the aggression on the server. Does this mean he's the main character? And I obviously have to say no. Dream plays as the main antagonist. Now, if he streamed, it would be possible that he could be considered a main character, however what we're following is a bad guy. But I really don't think that Dream is a main character. Because of his lack of streaming, it really does make him feel like this evil guy that we only get to see through the good guy's vision, through the good guy's eyes, which I think gives him a very, very evil kind of aura because we don't know what he's thinking and we don't know his plans. We didn't know what he did on a day-to-day basis when he wasn't in prison. Was he mining? Was he enchanting? Was he at a mob farm? Or was he exploring, lurking around, watching people? And the next character might shock you, but it also kind of makes sense. And that character is Technoblade. Technoblade checks 4 out of the 5 boxes. He is often considered morally correct. The special ability is he cannot die, so that's also plot armor, and he causes a lot of fighting and attacking in the Dream SMP. The only one that he doesn't click is the one that everybody loves, because not a lot of people love Technoblade. Now let me explain why I think he's morally correct and why that box is checked. I think mainly it's for the reason that he has a good understanding of how humans should work, and he has a similar view as Ranbu. People should be above governments, people should be above sides. I feel like Technoblade is far more chaotic than Ranbu, taking his beliefs to an extreme. such as blowing up L'Manberg. But if you watch some of my other theories, you know that in my headcanon, basically Hypixel is canon to the Dream SMP, and how Technoblade witnessed like the Sky Wars and the Bed Wars being orchestrated by this evil rich guy called Hypixel, and decided that he hated governments. And if my other headcanon is to be believed, that J-Schlatt is actually Technoblade's father, then that could lead to interesting things, as J-Schlatt left Technoblade when he was a kid to become powerful politically. So overall, Technoblade clicks a lot of boxes. But just to be a writing nerd for a little second, we need to take a look at what does a main character mean. You see, the Dream SMP brought up a lot of interesting questions, especially for me. What is a hero in a story where there is none? Everyone is the hero of their own story, but this is projectified into an actual story when it's... I'm gonna repeat myself, but an actual story. Having all these different people have their own story playing out at the exact same time creates this kind of effect. No one is left behind because everyone kind of wants to have their own spotlight. Humans like to be recognized for their talents. And although some people don't really care that much about roleplay and will fade into the background as side characters, a lot of the active people aren't like, oh, he's a side character and oh, he's a main character. It's not cut and dry because everyone wants to be the main character of their own story. Now, although by my definition, Technoblade would be the main character of the story, I do have to say that I don't really think that's true. Technoblade is the main character of his own story. I think tommyinnit is the main character of his own, and I think this is a really interesting way to tell stories. Now, I know that if you create a story SMP, people are going to call you a Dream SMP copy, because, well, the reality is that sucks is that when something new and cool happens, you want to copy it, because you're new and cool, but the internet does not like it because, well, you didn't invent it first. I saw an SMP where everyone had to live in the same house, and yet there were different factions, and I thought that was such a cool idea for a story-based SMP, and I really wanted to use it, but yet again, they've already used it, so I can't. Coming up with original ideas can be difficult, but I think Minecraft in a story kind of setting is super interesting, and could develop into a whole new medium of stories being told through games. Minecraft is perfect for this because of its open-ended nature, and people have asked me before, will I ever make a DecoyZ SMP, and the answer is yes, eventually. I have two character ideas for an SMP that I would really like to see. However, that won't happen for a little while. I need to save up, I need to make sure I have food. Please give me food, oh god. But also I need to make sure that I have like a good enough laptop / PC to be able to stream and record it, because I would want people on there to stream and record it. Do I think it would get as big as the Dream SMP? Definitely not, but I have some really cool character concepts and arcs and ideas that I would just love to see put out there into a kind of SMP story style structure. So maybe if you guys help me grow by subscribing down below, we can reach some more bigger people that can join the SMP when I can finally do it. Yeah, make sure to subscribe. We're on our way to 7,000, then after that 8,000, then after that 9,000, then after that 10,000. Woo! So if you enjoyed this video, I hope to see you in the next one. And if I don't see you there, I'll see you in the next life. And if I don't see you there, I'll see you on the flip side. And if I don't see you there, I'll see you in the void. Bye bye.